What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Bro Heenan, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm gonna pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
Announcement from
Parental discretion is advised.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.US and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. Just Pro Wrestling News Podcast. No filler, no pop-ups. Production services by Sidekick Media Services. And listeners like you, supporting us at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show.
Just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait, just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect...
It is the Wrestling Mayhem Show, 801 episodes. We've been talking about professionalized wrestling. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron on the Twitter here in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, ready to get wrestling? No. That's a horrible tagline. We have with us, first of all, from Beacon, New York, he's the only Mayhemmer with a future endeavored letter from the WWE and the Lager Championship belt, because it's a belt night, apparently, is Mad Mike.
We don't talk about Miro. No, no, no. We don't talk about Miro. Hi, Sorg.
Yeah, you posed a question. What about Miro the other day?
Yeah, where the fuck is he?
I heard somebody said something about
I'm
him.
sick of seeing Dan Lambert.
No, yeah, well, who isn't? Come on. I'll take Miro before that any day. But anyways, maybe we'll talk about that.
Dan Lambert should not have more TV time than Miro on anything, including an American Top Team show.
Wait, is there a show about them? Is that how that works? I don't know.
Probably on like some Sweat Punch network. I don't know.
Sweat Punch network? Wait a minute.
Sweatpunch.tv.
I think I've worked for them, Mike. I just
sounds about right.
So,
I mean, I just need more Miro on my TV.
I mean, don't we all? But I think.
And honestly, if this surprise tomorrow is Karrion Kross, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
Really, Karrion Kross is going to? We'll get into that in a minute. Also with us, champion in all our hearts, Ronnie Starks.
It's Wednesday. You know what that means.
No, it's not Wednesday. It's okay. Hold on a second. We fixed your microphone because we caught breathing, but now it's way too far away from your face, and I can't hear you. You got to find a happy medium, sir.
Testing. Testing.
That's a little too close.
We gave him like a nice headphone.
There we go.
Well, we got to teach him how to use it.
Right there.
It's Wednesday.
No, it isn't.
Nope. You're close.
I mean, maybe in the morning when people listen to this on the podcast feed, but
Look, man, I'm just getting rowdy and I'm about to move some things, okay?
What?
God! Wow!
What?
Get rowdy! I'm about to move some things.
Okay,
Wow.
R-Truth.
No, that's Ron Killings.
Was he Ron
No,
Killings? No, he was
that's
R-Truth
K-Quick.
then.
K-Quick.
That's
K-Quick, that's right.
K-Quick,
That is
yeah.
Oh,
K-Quick.
jeez. Jeez, the many iterations.
Oh,
We have special guests in the studio. We're going to be talking Prospect Pro Wrestling, their big show, Heartache and Heartbreak, this Saturday up in Worthington, Pennsylvania. First of all, representing Prospect Pro Wrestling from the office of Prospect Pro Wrestling. What's your official title? Papa Judo's with us.
I don't even know what the hell.
What
I
is
do
it this week?
It's just what I'm a co-owner. I'm the CEO, a CFO, a GTFO,
Ass kicker.
The guy that gets tossed in a pond.
Yes, yes.
I don't even know.
You
what
were
the hell I do
you
anymore.
were the second in. we always make when we talk about Prospect Pro Wrestling, we always go back to the old joke that the Gambino Brothers moving company did really well. That he has a wrestling company now, and you were the manager of that, basically, right? So.
I mean, that sounds plausible as well. I mean. I guess it really depends on what the story's calling for.
Exactly. So, Papa Judo, thank you. Is your first time on the show?
It's my first time.
Yeah.
It's first time on the show. I was here to watch before, but it was my first time on the show.
Okay, you've been in the audience. Yeah. But we wanted to get you on, talk about everything going on over there at Prospect Pro Wrestling. But also with us, we said it's a belt night. And we got a champion in the studio, a first-time champion at the from the 2PW WW3 Walter White Memorial from January. The Anarchy champion of 2PW, Stevie Lebell on the couch. And look at that, man! If you're on video, if you haven't seen this belt, look at that thing. It is toxic. It is. It looks like it's straight out of a 90s heavy metal video.
It looks like you took every hot topic from the malls in middle suburbia and just morphed them into a mass of leather and steel.
Well, yeah, I mean, why do you think the Hot Topic at the Mills is shutting down?
There's nothing left.
Bought out all their inventory.
There's nothing left. We took all their leather. We took all their toxic plucking plastic. And it's in this belt. And we've already bled all over it. So
I believe there probably already is blood on it, isn't there?
Somewhere.
you know, that looks like it's from back in the days when the music playing in Hot Topic used to scare me. Do you remember those where it's like, I'm pretty sure all of this is about Satan?
Now it scares you for different reasons.
Yeah, now it's just like, this is a lot of anime. So, but the first ever champion, we'll talk about that, about a horrendous night that you were involved with to get that belt, first of all. And one of the most disgusting shots I think I've seen in my years around professional wrestling. So we'll talk about that. How is your head?
Sometimes I can't word good no more, so...
Perfect for a podcast.
Okay.
There you go. There you go. But this is the Wrestling Mayhem Show. You can check out everything at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. You guys about that email address?
Good time.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com. 412-206-WMS0 is the hotline. You can hit us up on the Facebook page, on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page, as well as streaming every Tuesday at 7 p.m. at the Facebook page, on our Twitter, on our Sorgatron Media Twitch page, on our YouTube page, and on the IndieWrestlingUS YouTube and Twitch pages as well. I cannot find my dock. Here it is. There it is. There it is. Sorry, we were playing with a Furby earlier in this spot, and just watch the awesome cast.
It's literally one of the most disturbing things I think I've ever seen.
the Furby.
You should watch Mitchell's versus the Machine.
Yeah.
I keep waiting for it to just wander from the room that it was
If it
placed
walks in here, it opens the door and says, "Hi!" And it's like, "We're out." No, I had a Furby Chewbacca from several years ago, and I connected it to an iPad, not an iPad, an Android device, and now it's sentient, I think.
See, when you do stuff like that, that's how we get Skynet.
It kind of is, right? and also, spoiler for Moonfall. Anyways. If you were listening last night on the Monday show. So, but anyways, thank you to our Patreon supporters and everybody else that's following us. And again, great conversations happening on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook page, on our Discord, linked over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com if you want to join that, and over on our Reddit page. But thank you to our Patreon supporters that are supporting us at the fan of the show level. Bo Diggity! Woo! As well as Ed Burke and Team Hammerfist, our friends at the Poppy Club level, Dave Potter and Bobby F. J-Town. At the Pizza Club level, Doc Remedy, Kyle Turner, and The Riz. And at the manager level, Bradley and Tina Keys. Thank you, everybody, for supporting the show. Of course, big stuff coming up here with the Mayhem Mania. Patreon in the bank should be coming up here. I don't know if we have the final date lined up, but it should be in late March. Probably mid-March, actually, now that I think about it. So stay tuned for that and see what we're going to get into on that and how much craziness is going to happen. You guys support the show, too, at patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. You're getting some extra clips in there. You're getting some extra bits and pieces, early opportunities sometimes for Patreon, and if anything else should come up, special messages just for you. Sometimes we stream things that will be out later in the week, and you can hop in on the stream and see the raw, whatever the heck happened going on there. Maybe we'll do that again tonight if I remember to set the stream up. So, but anyways, let's get into the show. I guess the biggest news, we talked last night a bit about Elimination Chamber, all the newest bits there. Yay, Chamber in the Desert, I guess. But I guess the big news tomorrow is the newest signee for AEW. Between that and just Mike missing Miro, I think, is I don't know which is the bigger story here. But I have been... Obviously, I mean, Jeff Hardy makes the most sense for me. There's a couple other people, like any of these... I'm
pretty sure Jeff still has a no-compete clause.
But the way he was fired, I would question whether that still applied. Because there's people, because Toni Storm doesn't. When she left,
Toni Storm was on an NXT contract.
Oh, there you go, but that's still like I think a 30.
We don't talk about Tony.
but I'm loving. There was a story in my Google, which, on my front Google page is like the worst of clickbaity headlines. But one was literally, Triple H is completely going to go work with AEW, according to Reddit.
Well, there's a source of information right there.
Like, what is this? What is this article? And it was not through. I don't think it was through a terribly reputable website or anything like that. But
Reddit is the least reputable website.
But I mean, I have heard everything from Shane McMahon is the new signee that's gonna be in the qualifier for the ladder match. What is it? Is the Call Your Shot brass ring ladder match? What are we doing this time?
The Face of the Revolution.
Face of the Revolution ladder match. Their money
where you grab a Sonic ring that didn't do anything for Scorpio Sky last year.
Well, we didn't do much for Cesaro either. I'm loving just anybody thinks that like Shane McMahon's going to pop up on TBS tomorrow night or anything like that. Like it just wrestling social media has been just bonkers over the last week. It seems.
So like, is this going to be like the biggest swerve in history where Vince fires his son, sends him covertly to work with AEW to find out all their secrets, and then he turns around and ends up buying it like he did WCW?
He turns into WCW.
Is that what this whole thing is going to be?
I don't know. No.
It's got you thinking now, doesn't it?
No.
Well, no. I mean, there's always the conspiracy that he sent Bobby Heenan over to ruin their product.
Yeah, Bobby was the thing.
That's a real thing.
Bobby was the thing that did that, right?
He almost spoiled Hogan turning.
Oh yeah, he did. He did. He did do that.
Yeah, like
he was also
like,
probably
we
very drunk at
excuse
that
it.
period.
we excuse it because it's Bobby Heenan, but as soon as Hogan comes out, he says, "But whose side is he on?"
Right. I don't know. It's just been a wild couple days on Twitter. But do you guys have any guesses? Like, I mean, non-compete. Like, I felt like Jeff Hardy seemed like the obvious choice here. We have a whole round of people that have just been let go or just got out of their 90-day clauses. Ember Moon, Athena is popping up on a Warrior show this weekend. Is Keith Lee, I think, a part of this? But he just got married. Would he be? I don't know. He might be on his honeymoon now. So
maybe that is.
But
the
also,
honeymoon.
did they have to wait for the 90-day compete clause in order for them to have their wedding? Keith Lee and Mia Yim, because that seemed weird to me. Or they're just like, hey, we're free anyways. Let's do this. I don't know how that worked out, but anyways, I don't know. Any guesses on who might be popping in tomorrow night? No.
I mean, I think it's probably Keith Lee. I
Keith
hope
Lee?
it's Keith Lee.
I'd love if it was Keith Lee.
I can't
Keith
believe they
Lee-
didn't already bring in Bray Wyatt.
Mm-hmm.
But
If they do, it's going to be a big pay-per-view shot, I feel like. Right?
they do a lot of weird shit on Dynamite, though. I mean, like,
Yeah, they do.
They pull stuff out, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, you guys realize this is just a regular show, right? This isn't like,
But they only do 4 pay-per-views a year. So you got to give them some people, you got to give people like big highs for the rest of the time. Like, they're not running like a typical TV to pay-per-view model
But
right
okay,
now.
so why give Bray Wyatt a pay-per-view but not CM Punk?
Because they're in
CM Punk
Chicago
was
for
the
TV.
introduction of the other show too.
Oh, well,
CM Punk debuted on the first episode of the Friday show.
Yeah, the Rampage. So that was a
Yeah.
big thing for that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it was even like, how many times have been like, oh, this Punk MJF thing's going to ride all the way through to the pay-per-view, and then we wrapped it last week, more or less, right?
I'm okay with that.
Well, yeah, exactly. But also it gives you something, so you're not just like, I mean, what happens with WWE now? The TV show doesn't matter. The important stuff happens once a month at the pay-per-views, right? Or special events, however we're doing it. I guess that is a big argument against like the monthly pay-per-view model at this point, right? Even Impact, Impact's been they have a monthly product because they do the Impact Plus stuff, but they're still only really doing the 4 pay-per-views a year are they doing? Like the real pay-per-views?
Yeah, because they have like the TV special events.
Yeah, like they have No Surrender, which are becoming bigger deals now that they're touring again. But, there's still kind of that middling, can we call them in-your-house equivalent shows? Maybe, if you think about it, the old pay-per-view models. Like stuff is happening with them, but then they're like, hey, here's all of Bullet Club on the show this week, and it's I'm sorry, I think a lot about Impact these days. Like, it's like Impact may be my number 2 favorite show right now behind everything AEW. So it's a good watch. It really is a good watch. Have you seen it lately?
I have not.
It's so much better with a crowd. It's you become the Ring of Honor stuff has been really good. Also, like, you have missing Ring of Honor, and that's been good too. And it's just like everybody that's been let go from WWE just effing killing it and proving why that was a mistake.
Last time I watched Impact, it was Decay versus the Broken House Hardy.
Yes.
That was the last time I watched any Impact.
And there's been a lot of ups and downs since then. Ask Mike. You experienced a lot of them. Mm-hmm. You have been blocked,
I
blocked
still
and
have
unblocked.
PTNASD.
PTNASD. Are you still going to that Poughkeepsie show, sir?
I don't know when tickets are going on sale, but the plan is to currently go to that.
Fantastic. I love that they're coming
and
to
there's
you.
only really one reason I'm going.
The Iconics
Yes,
/ Inspiration.
it's the only reason.
Yes. They got them. They figured out how to reel Mike in. That's nice to see.
Yeah.
I'm glad they figured
Well,
you
first
out.
they unblocked me on Twitter, so
That was the first thing. Thank you, Josh Matthews. I can only presume he had something to do with that. So, we've been working on that one for years. So, So Ronnie, you had something you wanted to discuss tonight.
I did. Let me pull up this.
You have a graphic.
Oh,
Do you want me to pull up the graphic?
Yeah, pull up the graphic.
Hold on, I have
boy,
to see.
here we go.
Where'd you send it to me? Was it over on the Facebook?
Yes. I think
All right, start talking about it. I'll throw the visual up for everybody on video with us
so. All right.
in a moment.
So let me pull it up on my thing here. Where the fuck is it? All right,
Unprepared.
So, fellow wrestling people who are currently sitting on the couch,
Hi.
I saw something. Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
I saw something on the Book of Faces the other day, and I think we could discuss this because all three of us have our wrestling backgrounds. Did you guys see that pro wrestling psychology 101? Paying dues is more than just set up and tear down. It could mean a little more or no pay. It offers to drive to airports or coffee run. I can't speak English today, guys. I'm sorry. Or coffee runs. It means carries vets bags, flyering, selling tickets. The more you volunteer, the greater the reward will be for your career. And this is how you earn respect, by showing it. Did anybody else see that on the Book of Faces?
I did send it over to them.
Yeah, we actually got the cheat sheet from Sorg before the show.
Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I actually love that we can have this discussion because it's one of the things that you know, the setting up and the tearing down. Obviously, that's the physical part of it. It is hard, you know, especially when you only have 3-4 people doing it for a show. But the other big thing is promoting the show. I mean, one of the things that we see a lot is we have a show coming up and somebody, you see workers promoting the next show after that, and our show hasn't even happened yet, and not necessarily us. I mean, just in general, we see that. And I understand, like, a lot of these guys are excited that they're working and everything, but you got to, let's enjoy this candy bar before we open the next one, So, yeah, I mean, it is more than just going out there and thrilling the crowd. There's a lot of work behind the scenes. There's a lot of unsung heroes. And going out and doing those things, it is noticed. It does elevate you. It does give you a better spot, as far as the promoter is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Ronnie, like, what really struck this with you? I mean, you've been through so many different jobs over the last couple decades of wrestling, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, are you noticing, like, this missing at the shows that you're at?
I think with the newer guys, a lot of guys don't help.
Mm-hmm.
Tear down the ring, set up the ring, or put too much effort into anything. I know a lot of guys just show up before bell time and get ready and do their thing, which, I think that comes with the territory of who trained you and who told you that was okay to do that stuff. I mean, I was brought in with the old school mentality of always shake everybody's hands, always help tear down the ring, and do stuff like that. And I see a lot of guys who don't, and I'm like, well, I can't say anything because these kids are going to get all bitchy if I say something. And I'm like, I just don't put in the effort to care what these kids do anymore. And still, they should be helping out more than they do.
No, absolutely.
But the one thing I disagree with is you shouldn't carry anybody else's bags. I think that's ridiculous.
That's one of the things that stuck out to me too. I'm like, wait a minute, we're not indentured servitude here, But I mean, everything else in it really rang true. And I mean, we have a problem getting people. I will say that at the end of the show, tearing down, everybody jumps in and everything gets torn down and loaded really quickly. What you need, Ronnie, is you need to have Mama Judo at one of your shows because she has no problem just stopping in the middle of everything and just screaming at everybody, hey, we need help, let's get going, And she's like a 5-foot-tall fireball that you do not want to piss off. So
the tiniest, listen, and this is, and Ben's a big boy over here, okay? And you got Marshall and you got that roster, but it's little Mama Judo you got to watch out for. But
that, no, it's. I think that is part of it is the training. I do think that's a portion of it. There's just so many people getting cycled through the system now. And talking to some of the older guys, Marshall, Hentai, where they used to vet these classes and trim them down, and now you've got people coming through, and you know, I don't know. It's not me. I'm not doing the training. I'm not trained to wrestle. You know, all my stuff is business. But it could be a generational thing. You know, the way I think is certainly completely different than the way he thinks. You know, but I do feel that there needs to be a transition to that, because you can't do this by yourself. You know, I always say it. I say all the time. You know, the only way we win is if we all work together. You know, and that's, you know, within the company, within the area. You know, yeah.
And I've seen that too. You know, working some other shows, like, you know, and this is something that, you know, if you're like, how do I get on show? How I get on show? Like, you know, I'm hearing promoters talk to talents and I've seen promoters talk to people that are sitting on AEW right now and says, you were always here, you were always a positive attitude, and you always helped out, and, you know, you were always a part of this. Well, and that's how they got their spot, and then went on and went on and went on, right? Like, there was always that, you know. I recall, and I feel like I don't see this, maybe because I'm not working certain promotions anymore, or, you know, seeing some of them on a regular basis. But, like, I remember, like, you know, back in the day when I worked, you know, more promotions that had their own schools, which I don't anymore. Frankly, I don't. So I don't get to see that firsthand deal. It's like always like, you know, your promotion doesn't have a school attached to it. So it's like whoever comes in, you know, things like Revenge, things at RWA, like they just don't have schools. And we have a team that goes to Rise now to see that. But I remember, like, I knew Xander and I knew Ziggy because they were the ones that always walked up to me and shook my hand and asked if I needed help. Yeah. Right? Like, that is noticeable. Yeah. You know, or turning around at Rockstar Pro after an Impact stream and realizing all my cords already been wrapped up. Yeah. Well, you know, I mean, they didn't even ask.
The best example,
took care of it.
Best example I have, while we were all locked down, we had our Halloween show out in the middle of my buddy's field, out in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
And at the time, Preston Everest was still a trainee, and he was out in the middle of this field shoveling cow shit so we could set up a ring. You know,
who has that? Like, we've heard all of the I trained in the barn and all this. Like, who has a I shoveled cow shit story to their upbringing in wrestling? But now he's like that guy's got a spot, right? Yeah, and he's been doing great.
He's got a spot. He's doing great. You know. And it's to this day, even now that he has a spot, he was up there at Revenge this past weekend.
Yeah,
you know, and that's one of the things that really struck me whenever you showed me the thing from Ronnie, is that most of the help we had at Revenge when we were setting up the ring for them was workers. I mean, PB Smooth came and helped us unload the trailer and set up the ring. You know, I think there was one trainee.
Yes.
Yeah, like one trainee, and
yeah,
we
I
had,
think there was...
you know, and everyone else was workers, you know, and it's just like, I don't know.
But still, that even that there's that idea, you know, as workers to we want to help, and that's a testament to Revenge to have something and have that community and to put forward that vibe that everybody wants to pitch in to make this thing work.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, you would think like these newer kids that are still in training or had just come out of training would be racing to get up there. They had a 600+ crowd, you know, after being gone for 2 years.
That's like one of the biggest crowds on this side of the state.
I believe that.
Like, is anybody else pulling 600 these days? Like,
I can't. Listen, I love our crowd at 2PW. We have troubles pulling 600 in 6 months. You know,
exactly. I don't know. Is anybody in Pittsburgh doing 600? Period. I don't think so. Even the big shows.
So. Yeah, I think the last.
I'm not even sure if they did that at Warrior.
Yeah, I don't know. That's an impressive number. And like, you know, I guess their pre-sales were the best they ever had.
It's basically all of Erie, but
well, yeah. I mean, there's not a lot to do up there, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I mean, it's something like that. You would think that people would race to be a part of that, you know. Yeah, it just strikes me odd. Again, maybe it's a generational thing. You know, I was always raised to work your ass off.
I mean, it's also, you know, we've kind of had a stutter stop too, because I remember like there was a lot of people that were in training, debuted to no crowds, weird crowds, outdoor crowds during COVID. So like I don't know if that has kind of stutter stepped people's motivation a little bit too, out of like, you know, you gotta think like that's, You know, if you're coming through the schooling and you don't get that out of the gate typical experience, that maybe that turns into something different too. I don't know. Maybe that could be it, or it could be something else too. But
I think,
go, yes.
Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No,
Ronnie.
I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's fine.
I think the last time I went to a wrestling show was at Rise, yeah. And I helped them tear the ring down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Like, I'm just like, well, this is what I do, so I'm going to help them. Like,
Yeah.
and there was just other people just standing around doing nothing. And I'm like, okay, guys, that's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Is I see something that needs done, I just hop in and do it. You know, which is how I end up getting suckered into all this.
And then never went away.
I never got out.
Yeah, exactly.
Other wrestlers, a wild concept. If we all help tear the ring down, we can get out of there faster and go do the things we actually want to do.
Before Permanis closes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, and everybody can make it, and not just a few. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like, it's interesting to see how this kind of developed over the years, and the different vibes. You know, so like, you know, always great crews. You know, Warriors got the freelance kids. You know, out there. Not kids, you know, but and they're doing any job around that show, right? That's not a home promotion. Like, I think they rent the ring for freelance, maybe. You know, I don't know. I honestly don't know where the ring comes from. I just show up and wrestling happens. But you know, and it's always a great crew. So I you know, I don't know what that is, but you know, and that is interesting. Like, how do you attract, you know, people to help when you don't have a training school that says, you know, hey, this is part of your training. You have to come set up at, you know, noon today. You know, that kind of thing. You know, and even like I've heard, you know, overhearing like, oh yeah, I'm not showing up for that one, you know, kind of thing from trainees. Also, that trainee, I don't usually see too much longer. You know, that usually goes hand in hand with something like that.
It's like, oh, you're going to say you didn't want to pitch in, then you're not getting booked. How do you like that for an answer?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
and like one of the things we always try to get across to trainees is like, look, if you show up, we see you helping. That stays in our mind.
Absolutely.
And they have to understand that, yeah, you're going through training and you're guaranteed one match. You know, and after that, you know, there's only so many Saturdays in the month. There's only so many spots on a roster. You know, so you gotta be willing to travel around. You know,
there was a great list. I didn't read all of it because it was long. Then doesn't entirely apply to me. But the Brutal Bob Evans, did you see this list that there was like 30 items?
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
I
like,
did.
it was like it was like the contract of being a pro wrestler.
it literally
or
should
something.
be laminated and posted on the wall of every wrestler.
I think
that's
everybody
out there.
should. I think if you should put it, you guys should be putting it right next to the call sheet on the next show. Like especially since Prospect is like a younger wrestler promotion where everybody's cutting their teeth. We've been talking a lot about culture, right? And it's like, you know, this is important.
Yeah.
This is a keystone and will get you somewhere, right? Like there were things like, and I can't remember if it was from that list or another discussion, like show up, like say you're a ride along, show up to a show, shake the promoter's hand, ask if they need anything, you know, bring your gear, but don't expect, you know, things like that, I think it was like an asked if it's okay if they're there kind of thing, even though, you know, it's usually nobody should say no at some point.
I mean, not to cut you off, but Kavod. That's what Kavod did in December at our Toys for Tots show.
Yeah.
You know, he showed up, had his gear, shook hands with everybody, introduced himself, asked if there was anything he could do to help.
My God, I've seen him on every promotion in January.
It's weird, right?
As
odd how that happens.
Yes. And now he's on, like, I saw him at, like, KSWA in December. Like, I presume I ran into him at your show.
Yeah.
And then now he's been on, like, RWA, your show. I think I've seen him on a couple
He's
other
in
ones
Eclipse.
in clips, on graphics and stuff. I'm just like, and he's like kind of a comeback, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Like he was in it. I think he has some personal issues he's been dealing with, and he just like came back in a huge way.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly,
Joshua Kavod, correct?
Yeah.
If anybody wants to look him up.
Yeah, so far, and I have no reason to think it's going to change. He's salt of the earth. You know, very respectful, very helpful, very upbeat. You know, it's one of those things. Like, I kind of feel like we hit the lottery. You know.
We got a good question from Dave Potter in the chat room, again, as an outsider, not in the wrestling business. And to be clear, when we talk about this, like Mike and I consider ourselves kind of on the fringe bit of this kind of thing. Like we're not in the business, but we see a lot of it. Ponder's saying, from an outsider's perspective, do you think some places have an issue separating pulling your fair share and hazing or piling on for the young kids? Is the hazing still happening? I mean, I'm sure it is somewhere. I actually listening to the Sunday sessions, there's some horror stories on there. But again, like, that is happening some places, but I'm not seeing, I think it's just, like, I'm not seeing that, at least on my side. You guys are more on the back side of things.
I haven't seen hazing in a long time.
No, I don't think they really
have.
have. Yeah.
I mean, like, I would not tolerate it if I saw it happen, and I wouldn't tolerate it. I mean, do people joke back and forth? Yeah. And usually it's dirty jokes, but as far as putting all the work onto one person, no. I mean, I never ask anybody to do anything that I'm not doing myself. I mean, Sorg, you've seen how many times do I pick up a ring post, one of the corner posts by myself and haul it out.
And then everyone yells at you.
And then everyone yells at me.
Papa Judo, he's so strong. You're a dick. You're a dick.
I'm just setting an example.
Then I have to hear him yell, he can't move for 3 days.
Exactly.
No, I just look over and go, neither can I.
Yeah. No, I don't. We don't have. I don't think we have hazing in TPW. If we do, I would love to know so that I can get it taken care of. But I've never seen it.
No. Yeah, it's definitely kind of, I think, a different vibe from that kind of stuff. It's more of an old school thing, isn't it?
I honestly, the locker room, like our locker room, is more like it's like a club. I mean, everybody always raves about how they just enjoy themselves. Maybe we should crack down a little more, but I don't really want to.
Well, yeah, I remember like one of the speeches, like, nobody's going to yell at you here for messing up.
Yeah.
Which I'm just like, well, where are they getting yelled at? Like, what is happening at other companies right now, right? So like, especially on this, like, it's like, hey, everybody's learning. At this stage, and that's why I think it's been a great thing. There is, it is a bunch of bunch of talents that are learning, that are growing, and it's a less pressure, at least, kind of thing. Like, you guys aren't on a fight pay-per-view. You guys aren't on the but it's people that haven't had opportunities in a lot of other places.
Yeah, one of the things that I really like is that we have a time, how long we want a match to be, but we don't call out a time, and we don't jump all over. We don't keep track of it. If people will come back like, how was it on time? I have no idea.
Yeah, you're not doing TV.
Yeah, no. All I care is the crowd up.
It's more of a suggestion.
Yeah. Try and keep it in there. It's a guideline, but get the story done. Don't overdo it. Don't kill the crowd for the next match. Make sure the crowd's happy when you're done. But if you get 7 to 10 and you go 15, but the crowd's going nuts, great. I don't care. It's at the end of the day, it's about making sure that those people are happy when they leave and come back again.
Yeah. So. No, absolutely. I mean, just very few rules, like, don't go crazy, don't go over the railing,
don't go over the guardrails,
don't catch the ring on fire.
Don't set the ring on fire. Yeah. That's a big one.
Yeah, it's a big one. That's a big one.
That was one time. Okay?
It was one time.
That was one time, and now it's on the sheet. It
is on
real.
It is on the run sheet.
Every sign is due to one person at one point.
Yeah, exactly. And like at least 3 of those things are chest flexor. So
he is the no food in the ring guy.
He is the no food.
That's why that's in there.
Dude, there's been a pasta problem and a marshmallow problem. The marshmallow problem, I think, was bigger than the pasta problem, if I recall. I think that got the biggest complaints.
What kind of person takes marshmallows in a wrestling ring?
Chest flexor.
Chest flexor.
Then I think like Lynn Hooven ground him into the mat or something, and that was the problem.
Yeah.
I had to hear about an entire wasted Sunday with a pressure washer.
Was this after Pasta Deathmatch 1 where the cooked spaghetti was involved, or after the marshmallows explicitly?
Yes, I mean, there's been several times.
Yeah, because there was the cooked pasta, and then the marshmallows happened, and then we went back again with the uncooked pasta, and
that's why the cooked pasta should never be an issue, because they should have done my idea with the Taichi Pen A Match.
There you go. There you go. Have you heard this idea?
I have not.
Judo?
I have not. Please explain,
Mike. This is the person you need to pitch it to right now.
Okay.
All right, here you go.
All right, so the Taichi Pen A Match is basically a Type A deathmatch, but you stick your hands in marinara sauce, and then you coat them in cracked up pieces of angel hair pasta, and then you just like pasta knuckle brawl with each other.
I think you just pitched Pasta Deathmatch 3.
Yes.
Is Flexor in the audience? Because I'm kind of concerned right now.
I think he's busy with a new child right now. So
thank goodness. Thank goodness. So, nobody tell Flexor.
Mike has brought this up. I can't believe I never passed this along. No, I can believe I never passed this along.
So you're talking the whole gimmick like they did in Kickboxer.
In ECW.
Oh, it was in the movie Kickboxer with Jean-Claude Van Damme. When
that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but just like it's marinara sauce, like you coat your hands, and then you have like a big, I'm talking like a big OXO container bowl of broken up angel hair pasta. And like,
listen, all right, listen. I will consider this if you agree to come help clean it up.
That will be quite a drive for me.
I'll send Sorg out to get you.
There you go. We'll send a car. We'll send Ronnie to go get you. So
I'll fly you out, kid.
Yeah.
You got an airport nearby, right? I guess Newark. But
Newark ain't nearby.
No. Trust me, I had to go to LaGuardia from your place. Remember? So
yes.
LaGuardia actually kind of nice.
Yeah,
but I don't think it used to be.
Now.
I think relatively new to being nice, but still. Because somebody was like, how's LaGuardia? I'm like, I don't know. How was it before?
LaGuardia is great now.
Mm-hmm. It was one of the more delightful airports I've been in.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, where the hell are we? Hey, I should throw an ad out before we forget that. Of course, all of this stuff, including Pasta Deathmatch, was there two? There was two. 1 and 2. You can see over on IndieWrestling.us, of course. You can see that also as part of the network, on VODs, on the YouTube membership, all kinds of places. And check out the history of Prospect Pro Wrestling, including what we're about to talk about in a moment here, the Anarchy, first ever Anarchy Championship match, crowning, and of course a lot of other great stuff going on there. Also a lot of other great action, including our friends at Warrior Wrestling now listed over there on IndieWrestling.us. If you want to check out what we've been doing out there in the Chicagoland area or South Bend, we'll be having the South Bend episode edition up very soon too. And also our friends at Pro Wrestling Conquest, our friends at Renegade Wrestling Alliance, just celebrating their 13th anniversary show. And also, hey, shout outs in 2 weeks. They're going to have Shane Taylor in for that show. Looking forward to that. I'm sad I'm going to miss Shane when I'm on the road myself. But and of course, this weekend's Prospect Pro Wrestling. If you're not able to get out to Worthington because you live in, I don't know, Seattle, like some of the people in our chat room right now, I know a lot of people out west keeping up with Prospect Pro Wrestling and Rise Wrestling and everything, and know all these Pittsburgh area wrestlers, thanks to what's going on over at IndieWrestling.us. Thank everybody that's been supporting it. We are, I got to say, we did hit re-hit a milestone on the network because, of course, with COVID and everything, but we are now well over where we were pre-COVID as far as signups and everything. Of course, a lot of great new content going up there right now. We have a new just released in the last week, I think it was. We have 2 volumes of the main event, Duke Davis and Gannon Jones, up there on all the platforms. And we have we're going to be I'm hoping we put the finishing touches on this month, but we have a special coming up here with the Rev Ron Hunt and Chris Taylor in their 2-year yet one singles match feud. Do the math. Do the math. And it took us about 3 hours to talk about it. It's the most pro wrestling thing ever. So that'll be coming up here very, very soon. And I'm still working on a clever title for that project. I think just Heaven and Hell, the Chris Taylor and Rev Ron Hunt story might be it. So Saints and Sinners. Oh, that's a lot better, actually. So go check out everything, IndieWrestling.us. Prospect Pro Wrestling Anarchy Championship. The Anarchy Champion is here, Stevie.
It's true. I've got the belt and everything.
Got the belt and everything. There it is. It's heavy.
It is. It's very
legit
heavy.
One of the heaviest belts I've ever picked up.
So heavy. heavy.
It's so heavy.
The plates alone are as heavy as one of the Eclipse tag belts.
And that's like real ass leather on there too.
Yeah.
There's like a whole cow in that belt. So tell me about it. Of course, this is a memorial show. This is somebody that was very close to the Prospect Pro Wrestling family in January. It was, and by the way, that was one of the best shows I think I've ever been witness to at Prospect Pro Wrestling. Just the vibe, and everything. It was just through the roof, all the way up to your championship match at the end of the show. Talk to me a little bit about that, kind of going into that show and getting to this Anarchy Championship being developed.
Well, as far as the development end of things, that's more the guy on my right.
Mm-hmm.
For me, going into the show, it was a lot of weird mixed emotions. We decided basically as soon as we were 100% set, okay, we're doing this belt. Win or lose on my end, it was going to just be a massive cheat day after the memorial show because emotional roller coaster any way you slice it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a matter of, all right, I'm going to do whatever I have to do. I'm going to get the belt, and above all else, I am going to make this a good show. Mm-hmm. I don't care if I have to physically drag someone to hell for it. I will make this a good damn show. And it worked out well, I'd say.
So you had we had two qualifiers, four-man matches, and then you took on your former Hossman, Philip Archer in the. So what is the Anarchy? Like, is it just a no rules belt? Is it anything beyond that? Is it just something wild to be on the show?
As I understand it, as management has explained it to me, it's much like Extreme Rules type of things, where it's the main rule is you gotta finish inside the ring. Beyond that, what happens happens.
Okay, and there was a lot of weapons in this one. Kendo sticks. You took one incredible kendo stick to the top of your head, which grossed me out the way it hits your head, because we got a good shot from behind you, and I'm watching the top of your head. Hold on. Let me tell you this. I got a kendo stick here, and just imagine this thing hitting the top of somebody's head. You watch his hair poof up, and then he drops, and then everybody's checking on him. I think didn't your opponent's manager check on you? And it's like, I'm like, oh no, this isn't good. Oh wait, what do we got
Send
here?
Send it to him on Facebook.
Oh no, yeah. Send me that picture on Facebook.
You can actually see his hair puffing up from the hit.
Yes, yeah, it's got a kind of nice. I'm trying to pull the footage up as well over here. So, but like, you guys really went out with this thing. I mean, nothing. I mean, it was hardcore. It was a little bloody. Tell me about it, like everything that went in and out between you and Philip.
So, Phil and I had planned on having a match with each other since we started training, because we always got along really well. And I was like, damn, I want to work this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Then he joined up with, the rest of the inventory at Hot Topic that wasn't taken in the making of the belt.
We're talking about Jason Gorey. We're talking about Remy LeBay. We're talking about Freaky, of course, who looks like a deranged Willy Wonka.
And, I thought we could have that match that we always talked about, just featuring, a weapon or two. And then we decided to go out there and try and kill each other, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
There was a bit of an ordering error on Amazon, and the kendo sticks were far shorter than anticipated.
So you had like what, baby kendo sticks?
So
Baby's first kendo stick.
Baby's first kendo stick?
I think
Is there a picture of this kendo stick somewhere?
No, in Phil's hand.
Yeah.
Were they like training like tonfas?
They were the ones that are designed to be like the wakizashi, the smaller katana.
Okay.
They're
29s,
so they're 29 inches long.
But that's like full-on tip to handle.
Yeah, that's the full length is 29 inches.
Hold on, I think I may have some footage of the kendo action in action here, so I'm hoping this kind of kicks through here. Give me one moment. So those gotta hurt more. Right?
Yeah.
Well, never mind the
do.
fact they were still brand new as well. So.
Oh, so they were even like broken in except for on each other.
Yeah, that's how that went.
So here's a little bit of that action. Oh, maybe it might be a little flickery, but there it is. There. Okay. Having some trouble with his feed here, but
geez, it's like the ones that would have been used for WLC.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah, more or less.
Yeah.
Yes, it's blacking out on the hits, so it doesn't look as grody. It get us taken off. But
There is zero give in those things.
No,
Not
absolutely.
a bit of give. It was terrible. Sorg, I did send you on Messenger what my back looked like after that match.
Okay, I'll pull that up here in a second. So, but either way, like you got the championship. So what do we have to expect from this division? I suppose.
Well, given I'm in a match with the little asshole that could in Deputy Dawn and one half of the STDs in Corey Futuristic this upcoming Saturday, Lord knows what's going to happen. You know, you get an STD involved and suddenly things burn. I don't know.
Jeez.
For my part, I just fully intend to be a one-time Anarchy champion because I don't intend to lose this. If someone wants this, they're going to have to pry it off of my unconscious or possibly dead body.
As you do. Which I will, and considering how the first match went, that seems kind of likely.
And if I have to get 100 tiny kendo sticks and hit you with all of them 5 times, I'll do it.
Jeez. Wow. Papa Judo, I mean, this was a combination. I know you were part of commissioning this belt and everything. Is this the kind of mayhem you that was envisioned when you were talking about this?
Yeah. So the whole Anarchy division actually was an idea. It was actually Walt's idea. Walt was one of our sponsors. His shop, the Vape Lab, was our first big sponsor. If it wasn't for him, there would be no Prospect Pro. But he's one of those guys that just loved the Attitude Era stuff. You know, he liked the harder hitting. You know, the jaw jacking, all that stuff. And the area that we run in, that's something that most of these people are looking for as well. So he had this idea, and I said, well, you know, maybe we're going to need a belt for this or something. He said, so we, you know, he was a really good tattoo artist too. So we sat down and started drawing some stuff out. So the belt itself, the center plate is actually designed by me and Walt.
Pick it up, show it.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I'm not used to being on camera.
Yeah, he's not used to being on camera.
So the center plate is actually drawn and designed by me and Walt, sitting in the shop, you know, just BSing with each other. I actually used to work in a fabrication shop, so I had all the plates cut out and laser etched the side plates, and then RNC Coatings, powder coating company, a guy I worked with there has his own powder coating and Cerakote company, so he did all the powder coat work on it, and then we sent it out for the leather work. Unfortunately, Walt didn't get to see it. He got to see the plates, but he never got to see the final product. So, yeah, that's how that all came about. And I think Walt would be happy with what the final product was. So it was a nice little, you know, not that you ever want to say it, but it was a nice goodbye.
And the mayhem that ensued.
Oh, he would have loved that.
I mean, that's one thing. You know, there's a lot of people kind of cutting their teeth here, but also like this has been a promotion that has, again, we mentioned the Pasta Death match. There was a pretty vicious last man standing. Like it is not afraid to go the distance in being kind of a violent promotion a little bit. We're not talking death match, but we're talking like that hard wrestling that a lot of us like.
I think it harkens back to the old school kind of wrestling vibe, you know, especially with Marshall. You know, he's from the same generation that we grew up on that kind of stuff. I'm probably a little more open with it than he is. Yeah, there's
Stevie's back afterwards.
There's the back.
If you're on us on video.
That if you look closely, that one right on the tricep there, you would be amazed how much you knock your tricep into things on an average day.
Just put a beacon on that, didn't it? And there's afterwards. I mean, the Anarchy champion, the first champion holding the belt, not bleeding would have been almost disappointing at this point, right? So, but so you do got who'd you said your opponent was in the next match here?
Next match, it's a triple threat. It is me versus Deputy Don Murphy versus Corey Futuristic.
Jeez. Wait a minute. I'm just wait a minute. So you have an STD.
That's a
you
mix
have,
of guys.
Yes.
I think I've got the size advantage, guys. I think I've got a bit of reach on both of those guys.
I mean, do they combine? Do they meet your weight? At this point. So I mean, no.
Are they going to be wearing a giant trench coat and sitting on each other's shoulders?
Not against the rules in the Anarchy division, right?
What rules?
Yes, exactly. So as long as it pins in the ring, I don't know how you pick which is the champion there. They have to be a combined champion at that point, right? So who's the top? Who's the bottom?
With an STD involved?
I knew we were going there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Sorg, you walked us all right into that beautifulness.
Yeah, I did. I'm sorry.
I set up the tee, I put the ball on it, and closed it right out of the fucking park.
Son of a bitch.
I love pouring out the gasoline and just throwing the match in the air and just making sure no one can catch it.
As you do.
And Sorg's just sitting there with flames everywhere. He's like, "This is fine."
That's me that's every week, guys. I just listen. I don't.
There's a reason it is called Mayhem Show.
Yes, I just set up all the people in a row and just to see what happens. This has been a grand 16-year experiment, hasn't it? So we're just like, what if we put Ronnie on with these guys, and then we have a Facebook meme about people setting up a ring, and then we put pictures of Stevie bleeding all over the place, and then see what happens. And now they're going to make matches for WrestleMania after the next break.
I think it's gone well.
Yeah, all things considered, right?
All things considered.
Well, I gotta say, going up against Corey has me kind of nervous because I've seen him literally die because of Marshall spearing him off of bleachers before.
God. You've also seen him dance with Marshall last show.
I did. They've shared a very tender moment. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what it's going to physically take, and clearly he's willing to go to the extremes of making sure that the ring is on fire to win. So I got an uphill battle in front of me, I think.
Absolutely. Hold on, me just fixing this guy up because we're about to show. So this is the end of the match, and a wicked destroyer across, and plus also landing in tacks on the end of that. It looks like too. So.
I'm just happy I missed the chair.
Oh, good. Yeah, the chair was there, too.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I was worried about that before it happened. I'm like, that's not going to end well.
Everybody in the back wants to know how he changes directions midair.
Jeez.
I have only accepted that there is no spoon.
There is no gravity. There's no spoon. However you want to put that. I'm gonna find real quick that kendo stick. Just to make sure everybody's going to cringe along with us for this part. I think let's see. That looks post kendo stick.
That looks post kendo stick.
Jeez.
I mean, that's the shot that cut me open. So
I gotta say something for Archer. Like, this is the most focused I think I've seen him been in his career. This is the most threatening I think he's been in his career. From what I've observed over the years. I don't know if there's this, and I don't know if it's intentional or not. I haven't mean to ask him, but he's got kind of this Bam Bam Bigelow quality to him a little bit, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think that this match really proves that he can go in the culmination. You know, I mean, he fits. I was a little little apprehensive at first because I remember, when I think of Phil, I think like remember the Buffalo Dick promo.
Yeah,
That's what I think of Phil.
Yeah.
But this one here is, this is the
Kendo battle, and I think the bad one's about to come through too. So you hit Phil there.
Look at how little give those
You see how that wrapped around his back?
Yeah.
That's sorry for audio, and please go check this out. Free trial over at IndieWrestling.network for 7 days.
Playing a game of whap fuck here.
Yeah. You guys just walked around and whacked each other. That sounds wrong, but
this is it.
Oh God! That's the stop it. And then I think we get the ugly one next, right?
Yeah, this is it.
Where we got the head. Like this is the watch the top of his head deal. So.
Can you make this a thing on TikTok, please?
Someone already did.
Oh, did you?
Good. I didn't. Someone did. Am I okay?
That's the one. That's the one.
Man.
I think I yelled. The entire back yelled. I was just like, nope, not okay.
Bro, I'm so sorry, man. Fuck.
If you look closely, there were a couple people in the audience, and I've seen this watching it back. They were watching. It happened, and they just turned away like this.
There's a guy in the back that stands up, turns, and starts to walk away.
Too much.
Like, oh no, this is too fucking real.
That sounds about right.
Oh jeez. Okay, now that we've witnessed that.
There was a knot on the top of my head for about a week straight.
God, what is the concussion protocol at 2PW?
There isn't.
There
one.
is not.
Walk it off.
No. Just
my
rub some
God.
dirt in it. You'll be fine.
And that's a whole other discussion. I don't want to throw into that, but I am worried about some of you guys. You all get the G Rover roll from me because, as we say, every time I see G Rover, I say nice to meet you, or I say nice to see you again. I'm worried about you because I see what happens with you on the internet, and that's like almost every one of Stevie's matches.
I mean, keep in mind, everyone, the match before that, Preston Everest tried to kill me with a DDT.
Oh yeah, that spike DDT.
And every time I watch that, I go, "Oh my God, am I okay?"
Is everybody trying to murder you? Like,
Yes.
Yeah. Turn out 2PW is just everybody's coming for Stevie's head. It's promotion.
Guys,
So,
that's where my brain lives. Stop.
I mean, what's left of it at this point, looking at this? But damn it. Go check that out. Again, a lot of great stuff happening here at Prospect Pro Wrestling. Going to be another great show. And also, the match before this involved the fish hook.
Yeah.
Meat hook,
The
not
meat
fish
hook.
hook.
Meat
Meat
hook.
hook. Yeah.
A meat hook.
Excuse me?
Listen, when I heard when it was heard the mermaid's like, I'm going out there and gonna fish hook him. I'm like, I thought he was gonna use his finger. I didn't realize he was gonna have a freaking hook
Well, I mean,
when he
it
did it.
It is gory, so
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, oh yeah, you're gonna do a thing, and it was like, no, we're gonna take a hook, and no. No.
Are we calling this I Know What You Did Last Wrestling Show?
Show title. All right, somebody note that one. Well, after that pleasant stuff, let's talk about food. And our good friends at Slice on Broadway. I know you guys have been doing the Beachview food tour here tonight. As you're visiting, I think the taco stand and the pizza is like what guy like why.
Oh my God,
You
they
went-
finally closed.
What's that? Yeah, they close at 9:00.
Ah, okay.
It's basically when we start the show. They know they get out of here. They've been across from this window for 4 years. They know what the deal is. So, and plus a beast man terrorized their parking lot one time. They see him come over here again. They're like, closing the shutters, But our good friends at Slice on Broadway, also a business terrorized in our neighborhood by the beast man. 4 locations: Beachview, Carnegie, East End, the North Hills here in the greater Pittsburgh area. And of course, if you are not in the Pittsburgh area, please, wherever you may be across the country or internationally, I don't know how the international pizza places are, but I know Canada has them. But please support your independent professional pizza place. Or if you're in Pittsburgh, support our friends at Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to get we're going to get Chad the Shad in here, and we're going to get going with Mayhem Mania right after this.
Savon's Legendary Podcast.
Watch out on the TV network on Roku.
Grind City. And you know this, man.
You know what I'm saying? It's like right place, right time, how to do it.
To what you're saying.
Former tag team partner coming to save.
Tony Johnson, we saw him battle Edric earlier, but this is a 2-on-1 mugging.
What's up? It's the Gigabyte Grizzly Bro Heenan, and this is a messed up time we live in, so I need you all to do me a favor. Wear your mask. Like this, not like this, or like this, or like this, like this. Wear your mask. It's for your safety and mine. Because if I see you without one, I'm going to pump kick a mask onto your face. Got it?
For a foot or an inch, yeah, I fight for you all. Is the truth and I'm in, yeah, I fight for referee preference.
The world of pro wrestling, it's bigger than ever. So how can you possibly keep up with everything that's happening? Just pro wrestling news. Don't fear falling behind. Give us just 5 minutes every morning and we'll catch you up on the biggest news in the world of pro wrestling. No filler, no rumors, no spoilers, no pop-ups. Just pro wrestling news. Subscribe on your favorite podcast app or tell your smart speaker to play the Just Pro Wrestling News podcast. Find out more. Go to justprowrestlingnews.com.
It is Mayhem Mania. Oh, I got to get the graphic up here. And presiding over the Mayhem Mania, and I think we got a lot of competitors here on hand for you this week. Chad the Shad. Chad, how you doing this week?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
You are. I know you're heading to some wrestling this weekend. So is this the first show you've worked at 2022?
Maybe.
I
No?
think so.
Yes.
Because I was doing.
Last show I worked was Rise before New Year's. So.
Okay, and we missed you on the MMA. So, but no, good to see you're getting out there again. But in the meantime, you still have to survive Mayhem Mania, and good luck with this crew.
Well, I don't have to survive Mayhem Mania. Our contestants have to survive Mayhem Mania. I just preside over the Mayhem.
All right, roll with me. I do not have all the graphics in here, so just don't worry if you don't see anything.
That's okay. Okay. Let me just roll through the normal spiel here. The pre-game rambling I will do. This is Mayhem Mania. It is not just the ultimate fantasy booking challenge, but it's also a competitive thought experiment. The object of Mayhem Mania is to craft the best WrestleMania card possible within the boundaries of our current reality. That means anyone WWE can book in a match is available to our players. But this year there is a twist. Mayhem Mania 2022 is a 2-night event. Night 1 will be the night for our traditional Mayhem Mania card featuring WWE-related matches. But on night 2, we open the forbidden door and make it possible for our players to create matches with anyone outside of the WWE. Every week, we invite our players to make a change to one of the matches on our cards. They can do one of the following. They can kill a match entirely and create a new one with other individuals. They can swap out an individual or team in a match for another individual or team. They can swap out an individual or team in a match with an individual or team in another match already on the card, or they can add an individual or team to an existing match. Now, not everyone is currently eligible to be used in Mayhem Mania. Some are being held in a place we lovingly refer to as Space Jail. Here's the current inmate count. We have Avery Good, Chris Jericho, Commander Sterling, Jesse McKay, Ray Phoenix, Sonny Kiss, Ultra Mantis Black, Will Ospreay, and Ziggy Heim. Now, I suppose I should read the matches. Sorg will supplement me when possible with graphics, but let's go. The first night, WWE Night 1. We have Ronda Rousey versus, Miko Satomura, made by Mad Mike. We have Corey Graves versus Elias, made by the Podfather Sorgatron. We have Beth Phoenix, Bianca Belair, Rhea Ripley, and Raquel Gonzalez in a Fatal 4-Way match made by Dave Podner. We have Gunther, FKA Walter, versus Samoa Joe. That was made by Alex Cars. We have Brock Lesnar versus Cesaro, made by The Riz. And this is also on the WWE night, David Arquette versus Johnny Knoxville, because those can both cash checks from Vince McMahon. That was made by The Riz. Now for our Forbidden Door, there is one match that kind of floats in between, but it was allowed due to various bank accounts growing in size. Braun Breaker versus Wardlow, created by the Lebanon Dawn, Joey Moses. Now the Forbidden Door, these matches are on night 2. Dark Sheik versus Cardona versus Nick Gage versus Moxley versus Strickland. Made by, I believe, Alex Cars.
Yes.
Or last touched by Alex Cars.
Here's the graphic without Dark Sheik.
Yeah. We have AJ Lee and CM Punk versus Britt Baker and Adam Cole, made by Hall of Famer at the Mayhem Show, DJ Lunchbox. He was inducted last week. A match made by Mad Mike, Cassidy versus Danhausen versus Abaddon. We have Bussy featuring Effie and Catch versus Thunder Rosa and Brian Cage, made by Sorg. We have Darby Allin versus Lee Moriarty, made by Mad Mike. And the last match on our card here was made by Beast Man. It is a rather large match featuring plenty of individuals.
I see why our graphics department gave up this week.
It is a very hard match to have match graphics for.
Yes.
Zombie Rick Rude. That is the zombie from ECW fame dressed as Rick Rude so that it can be realistic. Versus Ricky Morton versus Soul Taker versus Lord Zoltan versus Dink versus Swoggle versus 1993 Sonny. He's just going to have to pretend. Went really hard at the current. Have her stand really far away and squint at the really Sonny now. Versus the Executioner.
Chad, I think this is actually an 8-person tag.
What?
I think it's an 8-person tag. Not an 8-person.
Well, you know what? I'm making it a free for all.
Okay.
I mean, it will be anyways. Let's be honest.
It may
about
have been. It may have.
I'm reading the page on WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
I think it started out like that, and then I think he at the end he paired them. He gave them all. Yeah.
It doesn't matter because I'm eliminating anyway.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't
There you go.
Man, calling your shot.
Already with the
wow. Ronnie, you don't want to give Matt one more week to try and make that graphic?
Jeez, you want to face Beastman next week when he finds out you killed his match again?
It's fine. He'll just yell at me because I didn't show up in the studio.
I mean, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with the part of my wallet he signed. The wife of the show was not happy about that.
I'm sure she wasn't.
Whatever he says will be incoherent at best.
Yes, yes.
Because he won't be on the couch that translates.
Yes, I mean, are you ready for Beastman running a company? Ronnie?
Well, it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. So hey, I think you're running the technical side of that, aren't you, sir?
Well, not really. Not. I mean, I'll have a camera.
Well, if you choose your chords, it's gonna be.
Yeah, there's that too. That's always been a problem. I was like, no, don't chew our chords. No, leave them alone. We've been having this conversation for 10 years.
You're gonna have to
and you will
invest in a
continue for
spray
another
bottle.
10.
No, bad beast man.
Man, could you imagine if I just spray bottle Beastman at ringside to keep him away from me?
Beastman,
can we do this?
You see,
watching.
You need to hurry up and spray him, and then as he's confused as to what the hell was just going through your head, you run away as fast as possible.
Oh my god!
Or you toss that spray bottle to whoever's next to you.
I've never wanted to pitch myself as part of a wrestling show, but now I kind of do.
Did you see that son of a bitch sprayed Beastman? Look, he's right there. Get him, Beastman.
Anyway,
get him.
There you go. There you go. Oh my god.
So we will move along here. Sora, can you give me a rundown of our in-studio guests?
Well, we do have Stevie Lebell, and we have Papa Judo.
And then on the interwebs, we have
Ronnie Starks and Mad Mike.
And we'll tag you in later too, Sorg.
Okay. Sure.
We'll have the 5.
Chad, before we begin, point of order.
Point of order.
Have there been any benefits from the Royal Rumble yet?
They are still being processed, but
okay,
they will be tied into the Elimination Chamber.
Okay.
In a special way.
One of those things.
We're still ironing out some little details, but
I'm just saying.
Will tie into the Elimination Chamber, and boy, do I have something planned for the Elimination Chamber that I think nobody will like. So it's going to be spectacular.
Well, to be fair, we already
I'm going to enjoy it.
Of where the show is,
I love a host of a show that has no requirements except to please himself.
Yes. So, look,
I believe
I'm
that's
going to
Tony Stark.
enjoy.
Hey,
Calm down over
hell
there,
out of
Shane McMahon, all right?
I'm going to build the show around me, and it's going to be me and myself and I, and those three are going over, brother.
And then you're going to
one thing
AEW.
you've proven is you will never stop to pleasure yourself.
Right. Here comes the money.
That's an Iron Man 2 quote, everyone. That's an Iron Man 2 quote.
He really does just like wait for to light the puddle that's been poured, like he said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That's, I appreciate that.
That's how we blasted this.
Be as the frog in the pond.
All right, so we're ready to make moves here.
Yes.
And
God, yes.
Since he spoke up earlier, Ronnie, you can go ahead and make the first move of the evening.
All right. Well, I have a question before I make this match.
Sure.
What match did you say Danhausen was in?
He was in the Orange Cassidy versus Danhausen versus Abaddon.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take Danhausen out of that match.
Honey, how dare you?
Okay.
Just wait till you see where I'm going with it.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
no, how dare you?
Okay, and I would like to eliminate Beastman's match.
You can't do both of those
Yeah,
things.
that's too many moves.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
God damn it, Ronnie! Learn how to play the game.
Hold on.
Okay,
You're getting a counter too.
Everybody calm down. And then I'm just going to eliminate Mike's match then with Danhausen.
Wow! Wow!
Whoa.
All right, fuck you too.
Eliminate
Fuck you too,
Cassidy,
Ronnie.
Danhausen, and Abaddon.
That's it. I'm spoiling Boba Fett for you.
Don't you dare, because I'm going to.
That's
you
it.
son
That's
of a
what I'm gonna
bitch.
do now.
You son of a bitch.
That's
Don't
what
you
I'm
dare.
gonna do.
Not the
I
one
do
from this
not-
week.
I do not need to know what Grogu's decision is.
This is. Oh, I'm going to at you on Twitter. I'm going to DM you. I'm going to Facebook
Man.
message you. I'm going to post on your wall. You
can't-
won't be able to avoid it.
I will
I
come
can't
with you
wait.
to New York.
I can't wait for Grogu to give Luke the finger.
He's going to. Okay.
You got
So-
50 seconds.
So you
Okay,
get
so
to
my
create an
matchup-
entirely new match.
Yes. I would like to make a cinematic universe match. I want to do Danhausen.
You can't do that.
What?
You can't use someone in the match you eliminated.
Unfortunately, yeah. Sorry.
Ronnie, learn the fucking rules. It's a Wednesday, for God's sake.
I don't even know what day it is anymore.
Yeah,
Anyway,
we're halfway through the week.
It is true. I'm going to do The Fiend
Okay.
versus Stang.
What?
Versus Sting.
Sting.
Okay.
Which Sting?
Surfer Sting, obviously.
90 Sting.
No. Ronnie, make it more difficult for Matt. Joker Sting.
Oh, yes, Joker Sting is perfect.
Joker Sting.
Yes.
Jeez.
All right. Now, it won't be a cinematic match, but I mean, if it later on in the other rounds, if somehow it does become a cinematic match, we might be able to pull that off. But right now, we're just assembling wrestlers. No match types or special guest referees or anything like that. Not yet.
I apparently forgot the rules of the show.
We've only been doing it for
it's
several
hard,
years.
It's hard to think of these things on a Friday night. It's okay.
Shut up.
Hey, I'll see you Saturday, actually.
You will.
Have fun,
I'll walk in
Steve.
and be like, is this the right day? Steve. Steve.
All right, that's Ronnie's move. Speaking of Steve, we'll go to Stevie Lebell.
Oh,
for
no.
Number 2.
Oh, jeez.
If you have any questions, go ahead and throw them my way. I'll answer anything that you want. And we won't give you a timer. 'Cause
Aw.
we're nice to our guest in the month of February. Because of Valentine's Day.
Beth Phoenix is already involved in another match, right?
Yes. It's Phoenix, Belair, Ripley, and Gonzalez.
Damn it.
What did you do?
Half of my pick is involved in another match.
I was like, what happened to his head? How did he punch himself? What is happening?
You know, I've been thinking about this since last Saturday.
Okay.
And I'm pooched because Phoenix is in here and I can't
What
can't swap someone and add someone.
What did you want to do?
I was going to add Beth and Edge to the Brit match, the Brit and Adam, and yeah, that one.
It's a popular match.
Yeah.
That would be going across WWE lines.
It was, and also I want to show you. This is how big that match had gotten at one point.
Oh
hell!
Oh heavens!
Every couple we could think of, and then it got erased and started over with the match that we started with.
Oh my heavens!
Yeah, there's a Pretty Proper and Gresham and Grace in there on top of Punk, the Punks and the Brits.
It got trimmed. It got pruned.
Yeah. So trust me, it's already ballooned once.
Damn, no Brit couple versus Brit couple.
Yeah. But no, we're trying not to cross over the WWE.
I mean, Keith Lee and Mia Yim are available. I'm just saying.
Or they're competing. They're
happily married now.
Very true.
All right, where else do you want to go with this? You got a Beth. She's already in a four-way.
You can alter that match, of course,
Yeah,
by adding someone to it, or even eliminating.
I mean, you can add Edge to that match and just have her.
I mean,
promoting spousal abuse on the Mayhem Mania. I can't believe
add
it.
Edge.
If I'm Edge, I'd just take the pin and call it a win. Honestly,
because if you add Edge and you add Montez Ford, are Rhea and Raquel dating people that are in the business?
I'm sure they are, but right? I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. Raquel was seen with Batista a while back, but I don't think they're dating.
What?
I think they were just working out together, but I wouldn't put them in like romantically linked.
No, not a Dana Brooks situation.
Or no, it was Braun. Was it Braun? It was.
I think
Raquel
it was Braun
Breaker.
Breaker.
Yeah. No, it was Strowman.
Oh, okay. Oh, actually, they are together.
You know what?
Oh.
Let's add Jeff Hardy to to Darby versus Lee.
Oh, come on.
Fuck.
All right.
I don't hate it.
But Jeff Hardy's still under no compete.
Is he?
People are just taking out my matches.
By the time it's Mania, though, is he still under no compete?
I guess that's true.
Yeah, what's the ruling, Chad?
It's not entirely known if he does have a no compete since he was. I don't know. I don't know what the ruling would be. As I don't know if he has an actual no compete if he was fired.
But the no compete would be out by Mania, correct?
Yeah, it would.
So
it would be.
So I say you include it.
And we've allowed that to happen before. So by Mania, yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Okay. Versus Darby.
This is just sad for
versus Lee. All right. Now see this stomping on Mad Mike's feelings. Needs to keep going for another round. So, Papa Judo, you're up next.
What dreams would you
like me to read off of Mad Mike's previous matches that you could enjoy? Please let me know. I can do that with a smile on my face.
Okay, so I want to make sure I understand this. So I can move somebody, I can kill a match, I can add somebody, but I cannot mix from one promotion to another promotion within a match.
No, WWE is all funded by Vince McMahon. Anybody who can't be bought or is under contract with somebody else is on night 2. Yeah.
Okay. Because I would love to see Cesaro get like a good match. That poor guy has been underrated since day one when he hit the big time. And honestly, I fucking hate Brock Lesnar. I really do. But like, there's nobody that I know. I don't know who the hell's on WWE anymore after they fired everybody.
Take a shot.
You're right.
We'll let you know.
No, I would have loved to have seen Cesaro in like a match, say like an Omega match. You know, him and Omega, I think would be a hell of a fucking show. But I think Cesaro deserves somebody better than Lesnar. Who
Now, before you proceed, that match was made by the Riz. I don't know if that changes your mind. But no, please, that's a solid one. Anybody on the WWE roster can be slotted in, or anybody that Vince can pick up the phone and say, "Hey, pal, can you be there on Sunday?"
Yeah, that's not going to happen with Omega.
No,
unfortunately, no.
Probably not.
No,
probably not.
I think that bridge got burnt years ago. Shit. Well, if I can't have Omega, can I have Okada?
Can Okada be bought?
Is he under contract?
In New Japan, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
he is under contract in New Japan.
Yeah, but I mean, Vince is pulling people in from Impact, so what the hell are the rules anymore? I need a good technician on the WWE roster that can have a banger match with Cesaro.
Natty Neidhart.
No, he said
that would be interesting.
He said a technician.
I think you're thinking of the wrong banger match.
I think you're thinking of the wrong member of that family.
Yeah.
Who's the Japanese guy in NXT?
NXT?
Kushida?
Yeah, Kushida.
I never thought of NXT.
Oh yeah, NXT,
Yeah,
UK, they're both game.
Yeah, there's
so
still
if you want
some-
to do like Cesaro versus Dragunov, you could do that. Cesaro versus Tyler Bate, you can do that.
Oh, Dragunov. Holy hell, that'd be a good match between those two.
You know what? Honestly, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, since we're mentioning how much Cesaro is underrated, one that I wouldn't mind seeing get some more recognition. Ziggler.
Zigglesworth.
Yeah.
Oh, Vinnie Mac is going to put this on first and give it 5 minutes.
So we're going Cesaro and Ziggler?
Yeah.
All
Listen,
right.
anything that gets Brock Lesnar out of there.
All right.
We're
Bork
removing
Longsword.
Lesnar, and we're adding Ziggler.
Yay, Zigglesworth.
Or Cesaro versus Ziggler.
Yes.
All right. Ziggler, he would have a soft.
I haven't seen him wrestle a bad match. It's just he gets shit on.
He's got to be doing something good because he's been employed consistently.
True, and this is
forever.
the same with Cesaro. But I think these are two guys that really should have had, you know, especially Cesaro. My God, that guy is just unreal.
I don't believe they've ever really crossed paths to.
Oh, they have.
They have?
Have they consistently crossed paths?
Pretty sure, yeah.
Who would they? When Root came?
Over the U.S. title, definitely.
Was it a good match?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
True.
Of course, it was a good match. Look at those two.
Of course, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, Cesaro did.
right.
Yeah, he had
All
that
right.
U.S. title thing for a little while.
Good.
All right.
So, Mad Mike, you're up next. If you'd like to destroy any of your own matches, yeah, feel free to. Sorg did it. Sorg was altering. He had his own. He was building his own match for like 3 weeks.
Well, listen, Corey Graves got cleared, so I had to use him, okay? I got to go all Pittsburgh.
I do like that match, though.
God, I don't.
Come on. Make your move before I make a mess of things.
The
Wow.
Sorg train's coming, baby.
Jesus. Okay. All right. Well, since the Matt Cardona versus John Moxley match I had created initially got shot to all hell.
It did balloon up. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to eliminate it because, you know, that's not fun. What I'm going to do is I'm going to swap people. I'm going to swap Nick Gage for David Arquette.
Wait, so that makes... Wait. Then now Nick Gage is on a WWE match.
That's right.
No,
the Arquette Knoxville match is supposed to be on the WWE side. Knoxville just cashed a check from Vinnie Mac.
Oh, okay. It's on night 2 on my sheet here, on my run sheet.
That is a small mistake, but that is supposed to be on WWE's side.
All right, fine.
Knoxville was in the Rumble. He's on the take.
Okay, then I will switch Nick Gage with Braun Breaker.
Okay.
Wait. So we have Wardlow versus Nick Gage?
Yep.
Which is a very more acceptable match for night 2.
Mm-hmm. So what? Don't tell the Lebanon Don I was the one that changed.
So what was the other match then? What is that broken down to?
The other match is now Dark Sheik versus Matt Cardona versus Braun Breaker versus Jon Moxley versus Shane Strickland.
Oh God.
Yeah, Breaker's getting. He's in a weird spot right now.
Okay.
You guys have made him part of the multiverse or something. He's just lost. He took a right hand turn in NXT and he don't know where he is.
He made that left turn at Albuquerque.
Mm-hmm. So, the Podfather himself, on this, the day of his podcast, will make the final pick.
Okay.
The day is Wednesday.
By the way, Ziggler and Cesaro have had 60 matches against him.
60?
Wait, is that a 6 and a 0?
Yeah. That is a 6 and a 0.
Holy shit.
Are there
How the hell did I miss all of them?
I'm assuming some of them are house shows.
Yeah, but still,
that's got to
I feel like
55 of them.
I feel like they did like a month and a half on SmackDown for an IC title, so
they wrestled best of sevens for like
I can
a
check
month.
TV shows and pay-per-views. Yeah, they've still had 31 matches on TV and pay-per-views.
Now, that's acceptable over what, a couple years.
Yeah, I mean,
that's a good
Cesaro's only won 10 of them, so.
Yeah.
All right, so
Could be going for lucky number 11 here.
Yeah. All right.
It smells like a best of 3.
All right.
2 out of 3 falls match. That's what it smells.
Chad, I don't like
Yes.
I don't like messes. I like to keep things tidy around here. Don't look at my studio.
My
God. Have you seen one of your cord bags?
Hey! I'm working on that.
No, maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Not today.
They're getting better. Okay,
We don't talk about cord bags.
I mean,
they are better.
No.
So, Mike, that I don't even know who's in that match anymore. Cardona, Moxley, and the bunch.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to get rid of it.
God damn it!
Braun Breaker. Either way, I was gonna get rid of Braun Breaker and Wardlow, but Nick Gage and Wardlow has me intrigued. Okay. So
3 matches taken out this round.
So
and I get Alex Cars next week.
Yes,
you do get Alex Cars next week. Yes.
We'll have him on. We'll have him on to greet you. Say welcome to the club, pal.
Second time I've been Alex Cars.
Mm-hmm.
So far, man.
You've been Alex Cars so many times, you might need to change your name. So here's what we're going to do. We're getting rid of that Cardona, Moxley, Strickland, whoever's left in that mess. Because I just don't like a mess. So I had part of an idea for a match.
Yet you're keeping that Beastman match.
And somebody... What? Oh, is that still in there?
The Beastman match lives.
It's still in there.
Well, I got to work with them in a couple weeks.
Okay.
So I had part of this match I was working on. And then Tina did lay a suggestion on me.
Oh, boy.
That I love even more. Because I really, really, after seeing them on Impact this week and listening to that banging theme song, wanted to book Gorillas of Destiny. Okay?
Okay.
But then I was presented with the monumental opponents for them that I had not considered. And I hate myself for not considering this. Gorillas of Destiny, Tama Tonga, and Tonga Loa. Thank you for giving me the names, Tina, because I never would have remembered that. Against the Pretty Boy Killers, Keith Lee and Shane Taylor, who also has a banging theme song that's on my playlist.
Keith
and actually, so Keith was pretty good too. Now I think about it.
Keith Lee, second.
Keith Lee, Shane Taylor.
Oh, Shane Taylor, yes.
Against Tama and Tonga, God. And
Look at
if
you.
I have a pick later on, I would like them to be accompanied by the Rev on one side and Haku on the other side. Just putting that
Tell you
out
what,
there.
we'll put him in shark cages above the match.
Hey, even better. Even better. Is Rev afraid of heights? Rev, are you afraid of heights?
Don't matter. Is he afraid of sharks?
Judy Bagwell on a full match.
We'll put a shark in there.
On a full match. There you go. There you go. Why we got shark cages out of nowhere?
Flexing some of his indie knowledge.
Hey, Tina. Thank you, Tina, for the assist on that one.
Tina with the assist.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll have to have Tina on again
Because
as well.
it was going to be really awkward when they put God up against Britt and Adam Cole originally. Because, what could have been? What could have been?
And, well, that would be all five moves to make. Now, I'm feeling generous. I don't know if our two guests are feeling generous or not.
Is it?
If both of them would like to agree to spin the wheel to see if anybody escapes space jail, they may. It is up to them. If they decline, they can put someone into space jail. Anybody can go into space jail. They cannot be used at all. But if they do escape, they can never go back into space jail, and they're allowed to be used.
Wait, how much time is left in all this? How many?
Another month.
This goes on until WrestleMania.
Locked up.
So you can let somebody out by the spin of the wheel, or you can add somebody.
I don't know. Do you want to be nice about this, or do you want to be just a massive dick on the matter?
Here's the thing. There's far too much time between now and Mania that whoever we put in has a very good chance of getting back out and never getting put back in. So
it's very possible.
Yeah.
If
I want to lock somebody up, I want to lock them up for the long haul.
This is true, but we could put Punk in there and make everyone pissed.
Punk's already booked.
Yeah, he's already booked.
It can't be someone who's already booked.
Yes.
Well, and I suppose we might as well spin,
let
right?
someone out.
Okay. All right. Oh, are you coming over to spin?
Sword.
Oh, wait.
Sword.
Oh, here we go.
Sword
Pass it over. We'll pass it over. Okay.
Physically
here we
The
go.
champ gets to spin it.
Yeah, you want me to hold that for you? There.
All right. Let's get it. We got
here
to put it
we
on
go.
screen. On screen so we can
Oh,
see.
Come on.
Even.
Where are we going here?
Okay,
Go to
there
his
you go.
screen.
There you go.
Come on. Give me what I want. Give me what I want.
So give him what he wants. What he wants.
Give me
What
what I
does he
want.
want?
It's so satisfying. Was it
24.
Who's 24?
Chris Jericho.
Whoa!
You've unleashed the many faces of Chris Jericho.
Oh man!
By the way,
man.
worst
He went
episode of
in
Fast
last week.
Foodies. Worst episode of Fast Foodies ever.
Oh yeah.
I'm throwing it out
Okay.
there. Yeah. He was
Okay.
terrible on
I
that
feel
show.
like Chris Jericho would be very critical of certain types of fast food, given his careers.
His fast food was pancakes
What?
from Cracker Barrel. Doesn't even qualify as fast food.
Cracker Barrel's not fast
Exactly.
food. That's a sit down.
Yeah. Now, if he said the big breakfast from McDonald's, okay, yeah, I can roll with that. But he said the fucking pancake meal from Cracker Barrel. That's not a fast food.
That's a man who spent far too much time on the road.
Yes. Yes.
Even IHOP or Denny's would have been more acceptable than Cracker Barrel.
He has,
Thank you.
I mean, this guy has been on the road for the better part of like 30 years. So
Those
I
pancakes
mean,
are good though from Cracker Barrel. I've had
oh
them.
really?
Yeah, I'm not saying
I
they're
haven't
bad, but they don't qualify as fast
I
food.
haven't had Cracker Barrel in like
If you
10
have to
years?
sit down, it is not fast food.
If you order to go, then that's another story.
What's Waffle House? Because
Waffle House is a fast food.
We actually learned the other day that there's a Waffle House scale for how bad a natural disaster is. I shit you not.
It's like a recognized thing.
It is a recognized thing. Like if a Waffle House is up and running, then everything's cool.
Okay.
If it's up and running, but they're running on their like limited menu and they're running by a generator, then it's probably you should probably stay home. But like fucking like apparently Waffle House just doesn't shut down.
Huh.
And if your Waffle House like is closed, then probably everything around your area has been devastated to the point you should not be there.
So
Look it up. There's a Waffle House scale. I'm not kidding.
That's why Waffle House is the only thing I can find in certain parts of Ohio and Detroit.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
yes.
Got it. Because I'm like,
Any area depleted of its natural resources.
oh yeah. I'm like, I did a couple of shows in Dayton, and I'm like, why is there nothing but a Waffle House out here? Wait,
It's drained all the resources from the land.
it's. I don't know
It's
why.
like the Zerg.
Thank you. I was thinking Warcraft. I was trying to think of the equivalent in Warcraft of like, what is the big MFer that like just saps all of your resources? But then you're
the Lich King.
Then you went, yes, the Lich King. The Waffle House is the Lich King of Dayton.
The Lich King of fast food.
Also, that might have been the Rev's nickname when he was in town.
The Lynch King?
Yes, Lich King. Lich, not the other word. Lich King.
Yeah, that's exactly what you meant.
If you think we're not. This is Warcraft. This is a geeky thing. No.
Come on, Ronnie. This is a family show.
I'm sure he'd accept both nicknames.
Yeah, what's your fucking language?
We need that. I honestly
we're gonna have to. Jeez, Ronnie.
No,
wait till Saturday, Ronnie.
Yeah, wait till Saturday.
Oh, me, you, and Chachi are gonna have a time.
We are gonna have a time.
Oh my God. I'm
He's on that card too. Oh, we're gonna get to film PB Smooth and MV Young. He probably has a couple doors he's bringing. It's gonna be a fantastic time.
It'll be great. He'll probably put Ronnie through one of them.
I'm gonna get hit by one of those doors, and I'm gonna be like, what
you know why so many people are using doors now?
Because they're cheap.
Because they're not forbidden anymore.
I legit, I don't know. I was at some show, and there was just like, yeah, so-and-so works at Lowe's. And that's why we have doors. Because they were like in the discount or something. And I think it was the Ohio crew, one of those UXWAs, and they just had all the AIW shit. And I'm like, why is there just it was the first time I saw doors in indie wrestling. Like, I don't know, it was like 2018 or something. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? Is this why the doors? And they're like, yeah, so-and-so works at Lowe's and we get a great deal. So,
I mean, tables get pricey after a while.
They do, and it gets scary. You know, it's really good when the venue is like, yeah, we make sure we don't throw away the doors because we know we don't throw away our tables when they get back because we know wrestling shows come here.
That's good building.
It's a good building. That was the esports place in South Bend, Indiana. That I'm just like, really? So. But they've had like Black Label Pro and a couple other things there, so like they're like used to. They're like, oh, wrestling come around, and it's just not like, and like, hey, wrestling's here. It's not like
I think
wrestling's here.
That's how we have the chairs for the Anarchy title match.
Is that it?
Yes. Like, oh, hey, we broke these chairs, but we saved them for you guys.
So it is time to find out what we learned in wrestling, and this was something that I want to share what Matt Carlin's learned. He learned that the table from RWA that the Rev and AJ Alexander broke Jordan Styles on in the incident a few months ago. What's happening? What's happening?
He's over here.
Were you like
fucking with my cord?
You're ready to choke somebody with that cord. I'm gonna have to get the water bottle on you. Don't make me spray bottle you. Just what is happening? So he learned that the table that was broken, the big oak wood table, I think it was a family heirloom, I don't know, in West Newton, Pennsylvania, was more costly than the $480 of chairs that were destroyed at GCW this weekend. So, so apparently they go big in RWA. So I think that was a Psycho Clown incident. I don't know what's happening there. But anyways, what did you guys learn from wrestling this week? Anybody?
Anybody like pointed out here. Yeah.
Yes.
This week?
Or lately, since you're not on the show every week.
Oh, okay. All right.
Recently.
So lately, and I'm going to kind of steal this one, I did not know that they made junior-size kendo sticks.
Building off of that, I didn't know that the junior-sized kendo sticks had way less give.
Physics.
Nor did I know how much I bang my tricep off of things.
Gotcha. Ronnie?
Carry your own fucking bags.
Wow. Wow, this is okay. Okay. You know, there's not a lot of Ric Flairs out there that can call for that, right?
But apparently some guys in Ohio think they can call for that.
Oh, really? Seriously?
That's enough out of me.
Okay. Maybe for Patreon later then. I'm like,
we're getting into the hot takes now.
Well, wow.
Hot takes.
Wow, it's late show, you know. Ronnie thinks it's Thursday. You know, so it's long forgotten. Mad Mike, what'd you learn from wrestling this week?
I learned that Goldberg should just go the fuck away.
Oh, that's right. I was going to add Goldberg to Mayhem Mania. I'm a fool. A fool.
Oh, I'm so happy you forgot it was Wednesday.
Like, the only thing I want to see Goldberg in is a match with Big E, because that is Big E's dream match. The only thing I ever want to see, it's going to be 5 minutes. Big E is going to job, and he's going to be the happiest man on earth.
The happiest
big sweaty man slapping meat.
Matters.
Big sweaty man slapping meat.
Yeah, it'll be 5 minutes.
This is purely for Big E's benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I can get behind that.
I want that man to get everything he wants.
Yeah, but guys, we if I had remembered, we could have had Cesaro versus Lesnar versus Goldberg.
I would have killed that.
Wait a minute.
You went before me. I could have killed that. I would have killed that.
I could have just booked Big E versus Goldberg.
You could have.
Could have.
Gallon Stars rule next week. Mark it down.
This is true.
Chad, what'd you learn?
What did I learn? Not too much in regular wrestling. I did learn a small tidbit of information on a podcast via the other weekly feature, Mr. David Remedy, before it broke. But Batista was once very close to landing the role of Mac's dad on It's Always Sunny. They were real close to casting Batista as Mac's dad, which would have been something else.
Wait.
But
wait.
He decided he I guess they were really, really close to, and it just didn't work, and they cast the other guy. But that would have been funny. Which makes me wonder that Batista likes taking roles that normal people don't. He just likes to expand on his acting, and since he was already in talks with those guys, who knows? You may see him on an episode of Sunny.
Wow.
In the future.
Who did they book for Mac's dad? Like, was it anybody known or?
I'd have to look up his name.
His name is Greg Cummings.
Yeah.
He played the role excellently.
Okay.
Killed it. Now when I think, oh man, Mac's dad, he's hilarious. He's well played. They made a good decision. Batista would have been something else, though. Really.
Yeah. Well, maybe he can be a character on Raven's. What was that? Raven's Quest or something on Apple.
Raven's Quest on Mac's show. Or
I love that show.
Rob's show on.
I
Apple
love that
TV.
show. It would be so great. I think he already has like a dad or something on that, but just any random. If he could be like the model for the next character or something on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Raven's Banquet. Was that it? No, that was the subtitle.
I think that was the season's name.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
It's Mythic Quest.
Mythic Quest. That's it. Worthwhile.
Raven's Banquet.
Yes. Worthwhile if you're a Silicon Valley gaming, maybe a little Always Sunny. It's not as like irreverent as Always Sunny, but it's still got a little bit of that tonnage in there, right? I'd say.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
If you cross that with Silicon Valley, that's basically this show. It's really good. Yeah. I learned that Joey Sinceri will talk shit wherever he is. I had a weird thing. Now listen, I had like food poisoning Friday, and then I had to go work a show on Saturday, so I maybe wasn't at 100%, and maybe thought I was hallucinating when we're at intermission, and I'm going over some stuff with the commentators at ringside, and then we heard the bell to get back, and we're like, oh shit, we're on fucking pay-per-view. We need to fucking get set up. And I hear this mouth running behind me, and I'm looking back, and I was like, who the fuck is this dude yelling at me? And then I'm looking, and it's Joey Sinceri, and he's telling me, I think he was telling me, hey Sorg, should I jump in there and kick some people's ass or something like that? I'm just like, what the fuck is happening here? And it took a minute to realize, holy crap, I know this guy. I just thought it was some little drunk guy.
The insult.
I'm just like, who is this guy? And the way he was, I was running back, and he was like, kind of like right behind me, nipping my heels, and I'm just like, it was just really kind of unrealistic how it happened. And then realized like, oh no, this is really happening. I'm really seeing Joey. He's here. And then also like, out of context because we're not at a wrestling show. So there you go. Joey will talk shit no matter where he's at. And will just appear. He's just like a wild Joey appears, will insult you, and then leave. And I never saw him for the rest of the night. I just like,
that's my kid.
I
man.
almost kind of don't know that he was really there. This
Sorger's
still
probably. Yeah, you were probably hallucinating. Some guy's probably asking directions to the bathroom, and you're like, "Oh, Joey Sinceri's here." This guy's nipping at my heels, making fun of me.
He was
like,
not.
Sir, where's the bathroom?
He was.
Get away from me, Joey.
He was not wearing a beret or a cowboy hat, so that's why I didn't recognize him at first.
I gotta get back on live TV here. Get out of here.
You were like, don't get on my cameras. You're not booked on this show, sir. So. Damn it. But anyways, yeah, shout out to 247. They are it's been this is, I think I counted, this is my 5th show I've worked with them on, at least like as camera op, and then on into doing the pay-per-views, and one of the most pro MMA groups I've worked with so far. So I'll give that a shout out to them. And I'll just say this, kind of why I've said this to a bunch of different people, but like I think if you're wrestling promoters or anything like that, look at how good MMA companies are presenting on that level, because I think there's a lot. I know it's a different equation as far as like audience and everything like that. I mean, God, they booked and filled the Monroeville Convention Center and had Kama Worthy there and everything, so it was pretty crazy. But on promotion, I think there's a lot to learn there. And every time I go to these shows, I kind of look around and be like, why isn't wrestling like this? This level, because this is indie MMA, and that's a thought that's been in my head since the first boxing show that I got to film at the convention center, 4 or 5 years ago. So I don't know. Inspiration come from very interesting places. So, but I hope you're inspired to go to see some professional wrestling this weekend. If you are, of course, south of the city, Chad and Ronnie will be down there over at Rise. If you are in the Chicagoland area or nowhere near wrestling and have access to the interwebs, Warrior Wrestling will be on Fight TV this weekend. I will be behind the 1s and 2s on that, directing that show. It's going to be crazy. And of course, if you are in driving distance to Worthington, Pennsylvania, go see the Anarchy champion, Stevie Lebell. See that insane belt in person. Will you let people hold it?
I'll let people hold it.
He lets people hold it. You can hold that insane Hot Topic belt.
The longer they hold it, the less I have to.
It is a heavy one. Heavy is the burden of the title holder. Literally. At least you don't have to take it through an airport or anything, right?
That's true.
That would be a problem. But of course, Prospect Pro Wrestling this Saturday. What was bell time? 7 o'clock. All tickets $20 at the Worthington Civic Center, prospectprowrestling.com. Check out all the social media on all the matches. What are the big matches coming up here? Look forward to. Of course, you got the 3-way for the Anarchy belt, correct?
Kick Corey and Deputy Don's asses.
There you go. Will they show up in a giant trench coat on each other's shoulders to fight for this belt? We don't know yet. You find out Saturday. There you go. I'm trying to sell the show. Papa Judo, what other big matches we have to look forward to?
We have a tag. No, we don't. There's a number 1 qualifier for the Anarchy. We've got Roden and Jamie tagging against Gory and...
I believe it's Gory and Remy.
Gory and Remy, yeah.
Yep.
Xander's wrestling Phil. Sort of like new Hossman versus old Hossman kind of thing. What else we got?
We got Runway are defending, correct?
They're the Runway defending?
I believe
Runway's defending.
Against Bonner and
Julie. Yeah. So it should be a good night. I mean, we got a lot of steam coming out of the last show. You know, there's a lot of good matches. The last show was amazing. So there's no reason this one shouldn't be.
Absolutely.
We got a new division. We got hungry people all around. Yeah. It's go time.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There you go. And I believe the concession's still for charity?
Yes.
Yeah. That's another great thing. Concessions. The concession stand for 2PW, always a charity behind it.
Yeah.
So you're supporting when you go and buy a hot dog or whatever they have over. I don't know. I'm always too busy to see what they have over
actually,
there.
this one Saturday is for the Armstrong County Community Theater.
Fantastic. Ooh.
So,
Will we have a crossover event between the wrestling company and the
I have
will they do the Chad Deity play perhaps?
I have floated that to them a couple times.
Okay.
So and then I get asked, how many tickets do I want for the Murder Mystery Theater dinner thing? So yeah.
Have you seen Murderville?
I have
as
not.
A side
No. But it's one of those things. Like I want to get involved with them, and we're trying to line up, and we just kind of So.
Man,
Ships
you could just
passing in the night.
Yeah.
There you go. You could line it up, and you'd just be like, "Listen, we could have like some of the greatest stage combat scenes in the area."
I mean, have you seen the wardrobe room down in the basement of that place? I mean, Chest Flexor could have a field day.
There you go. There you go. There you go. Well, you have some, now I got some ideas.
Yeah, there you
go. Thank you everybody for joining us. We'll be here next week, and Ronnie Nicole will be here next week via. I think she's in the Carolinas or something, but via check out the Sunday sessions premiered this past week with Theo Ivory and the Rev Ron Hunt. Some great discussions and celebrating and chatting about Black History Month and black wrestlers in wrestling. Did I say that right? So please go. But either way, great conversations there. That's why I'm not in the conversations, because I'm going to flub it up. But she's been doing a great presentation there. Our second year working with her on that through IndieWrestlingUS. Premieres every Sunday this month at 8 p.m. Eastern Time across all the IndieWrestling.us properties, or if you have the Wrestling Mayhem Show super feed or Indie Mayhem Show podcast feed, those are also going to be in your feeds for that too. But I encourage you to go check those out this month. Some really great chats coming up for that, and there will be a live edition on the last Sunday of the month at 9 p.m. Eastern Time as well. But of course they all premiere on Facebook and YouTube. You can be part of the chat and conversation as those are rolling out. I think I did see Dave Ponder in there on one of the chats on Sunday, so appreciate the support you guys have been given from the Mayhem universe. I definitely encourage it. It'll give you a whole different perspective on wrestling and stuff that people are dealing with in the professional wrestling world. The used to are still, but it's really eye-opening, the conversations that they've been having there. I've listened to all the ones that have been in the can, and it's just been incredible. So please go check that out. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, Mayhem out. This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.